Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing our XFL playoff conference championship game spread and over/under predictions. So yeah, word of the day is tulip. So yeah, and I guess let's get into it. So starting it off, we had the Sea Dragons at the Defenders. Sadly, should have been the Battlehawks, but it's okay. Maybe. But anyways, Sea Dragons at Defenders. Defenders have a absolutely great home crowd, so it is amazing for them to have home field advantage in this, which will definitely help out a lot in this playoff game. DC is going to be hyped. Probably like the first playoff game in DC in like 5 years. Because Washington, the Commanders are a freaking dog. But anyways, so fans will definitely be turning up to that game. I'm sure they'll have lots of lemons, and they're going to be hype. As for the actual teams, obviously, we saw the Sea Dragons go to the I think it was at Seattle actually, but they played the Vipers, and they took care of business. They won. They did their thing. They're coming into this, pretty hot. They're just excited. Okay, they have not lost a game since the Defenders. They're like 4 straight, 4 in a row. Okay, and they just pushed into the playoffs. Okay, I don't know what more to say. The Seattle Dragons are playing great football right now. Ben DiNucci has not been turning the ball over a whole lot until, they kind of needed to score and get to that 34 points last game where he threw like 3 interceptions there at the end. But, they still ended up making the playoffs regardless. But yeah, they've just been playing great football. The offense has been putting up points. The defense has been holding teams to not scoring points. And, the only team that they have a problem against is the Defenders. As for the Defenders, obviously only lost that one game to the Orlando Guardians, which I don't even freaking know how you do that. But anyways, as we saw last week, DC barely, and I mean barely, beat San Antonio by 1 point. It was a close game, a missed field goal, like, what was it, a 50-something yarder. Tight game. But, DC did not need that game, and San Antonio was trying to make a push for the playoffs. But they came up 1 kick short. And so DC held on in a late game. Didn't really matter, but, they still played, and they finished 9-1. So it was, a little bad to give up 28 points to an offense that had been struggling all year. But they did not need that game. They were just kind of taking their break, taking some time off. They weren't really trying all that hard to win the game. They were playing their starters and everything, but, they did not need that game. And they still looked pretty good. Now, on the defensive side, they did not look all that great. But, they put up 29 points. They won in a late game situation. They did all the right things in that game. And they just proved that they are still the best team in this league. And I think that they have to win this game. They are just the best team. There's nobody that can beat them other than the Guardians. So yeah, I'm taking the Defenders at home. However, my dad will take the Sea Dragons. But Lucky Jackson, just all the receivers have been playing great. Jordan Teamu really playing amazing. This is what the Battlehawks would have been with Jordan Teamu if the season did not end last year. This team is amazing. And they're going to go in there and they're going to beat the Sea Dragons. The Sea Dragons definitely have some problems. And that Michael Davis guy, I don't know. It's the corner for DC. He is definitely going to get an interception in that game. And this Defenders are going to take care of business. So I have the Defenders winning at home. However, my dad has the Sea Dragons winning, going to DC. As for the spread, I have the Sea Dragons winning plus 2.5. I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll come down to a kick or a field goal or a last-minute drive or a three-point attempt or something like that. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be low scoring, under 48.5 points. Look, it's a playoff game. Playoff games are not about offense. They are about holding on to the ball, keeping possession, and just playing good defense, playing conservative football, and just doing the best you can. You're not going to see too many playoff games go on the over. Obviously, we saw the Eagles-Chiefs game, but those are just two absolutely stacked offenses. This game is two stacked offenses, but 48.5 is a lot of points. So I'm going to take the under. However, my dad will take the over. So, yeah. Moving on to the easier game here. We have the Renegades at the Roughnecks. So, let's get into it. Obviously, last week, the Roughnecks, 41 trades during the draft. I just got from Bleacher Report. That's crazy. But the Roughnecks beat the Renegades 25-9 literally last week. And if I'm not mistaken, they were the away team. So, 25-9 away. Now they're going to Houston. They're going to be at home. The Renegades needed that last game. They didn't, they didn't need it. They knew that the Brahmas had already lost. But, they had been prepping that whole week that they were going to need that game. And they came out and played. And they got dogged on. They lost by 16 points and only put up 9. They didn't even get in the double digits. And now they're going to Houston. There's just no way that they win. The Renegades have not looked all that good all year. I know Bob Stoops is a great coach, but apparently Wade Phillips is just better. Okay? I got the Houston Roughnecks winning this one. I don't think it'll be all that close. I wish it was. I think Bob Stoops is a great coach. I think they have a great philosophy over there. They just cannot put together offense, and their defense is starting to struggle going later into the season. As for the spread, it is Roughnecks minus 1.5. I'm still taking the Roughnecks, and so is my dad. As for the over-under, as for that, shoot, I completely lost my train of thought. Okay, so, yet again, it is a playoff game. The Roughnecks offense is not quite what it used to be early on in the season. Brandon Silvers is still playing great, but we literally just saw this matchup, and to be fair, over 41 points were scored, now that I think about it. But now, these teams, was it over 41? 9 plus 25. That's 34. That is not over 41 points. So yeah, we just saw these two teams play. It did not go over 41.5. Tensions are going to be much higher. These teams are going to be playing a lot harder. So in my mind, less points will be scored. So I got to take the under here. However, my dad will take the over. And yeah, I guess that does it for the video. You guys will see the end of this game, I guess, for the championship. So you guys should watch that. Anyways, word of the day is Tulip. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time.
Here's Mariota. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, 54.